All right, y'all, you are listening to Brawls, Panties, and Sports. We have Goddess Kelli, the Diva Sports Debate, CJ out of Shy Rock. You know what I mean, Chi-Town where it's hip to take a dip. And now, we may have the voice lady. She was hit in, she down there in Florida, out there in South Beach, and they got kind of hit hard with that old mean hurricane. I don't want to see no more hurricanes. So, we send our wishes and blessings to the people in Florida and to my peeps here, hanging out with me here in Houston, Texas, as we recover. But, hey, we recover together. Now, but hey, the show will go on. Now, check out the music this week on Shout Out. We are featuring performances from Lindsey Webster, where she finds her shining star. Or get the cold feel of the mute button. I want to tell you, man, these ladies rough. I was sitting up there. They would make Simon Cowell cringe. They, I'm looking at that. I'm going to tell you, hey, come strong or stay at home. Now, it's time for funny ladies. Let's get our giggle on. I think I see what the producers got for us today. Go ahead and roll it.
A little black baby angel was up in heaven. He was flying around, just having a great time. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah! And he looked over and he saw God coming up over the mountain. He said, "Hi, God." God said, "Hey." He said, "God, can I ask you a question?" And God said, "Yeah." Stop coming over there. "Hey, God, since I got these wings, am I an angel?" God looked down and said, "No, nigga, you a bat."
Y'all, that was too cold. That was too cold. All right, that was too cold. All right, it's time for What You Saying. Each week we try to figure out what is going on in the sports world. Not the plays of the week, more like the players of the week. Are they trying to tell us something? So we ask, what you saying? And, I got to, time keeps on slipping into the future. Time keeps on slipping into the future. So I want to fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle, let the spirit carry me. I want to fly right into the future. The little babies known as the Cincinnati Bengals want to fly away from the egg they laid at home in front of their fans against the Houston Texans. You are playing at home. The other team is starting a rookie at quarterback. They start their first two games without a touchdown at home, something that has not happened since George Harris owned the team named the Staleys. You fire your offensive coordinator, but should we be really looking at the head coach? Rachel Nichols, Jamie Maggio, Aaron Andrews, and the Steve Miller Band are asking, what you saying? I'm going to let the Divas speak on this.
Well, going into this season, everybody thought that the Cincinnati Bengals had a team that would kind of be a force to be reckoned with within that division. I mean, they at least thought that they'd be better than the Cleveland Browns, but you know what? The Cleveland Browns have a touchdown on this season. The Cincinnati Bengals do not. I think their season is over now before it started. Competing with the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens in that division, they don't have a chance in hell if they can't score against the teams that they've been up against yet. The Houston Texans, granted they have got an amazing defense, probably one of the best defenses out there. J.J. Watt back in action, better than ever, but still, that Cincinnati offense, you got some veterans on there. You've got some players that have been good year in, year out. So what is the problem? Is it coaching? I think it definitely is. I think it's play calling for sure. And for their defense not to be able to take down a rookie quarterback. Now, I've said this on my other show that I think Deshaun Watson is going to be a special kind of quarterback. I think that kid has got a bright future ahead of him. But you know what? He's still a rookie. Your defense should be able to handle that, at least to keep the game a little bit competitive, which the Bengals have not done. A lot of that has to do with their offense, but I think if we see them go a few more weeks without a touchdown, at least 2 more weeks, we're going to see some coaching changes in Cincinnati.
All right, they already got fired, the offensive coordinator. But we'll find out. CJ, it looks like their offense is only offending the hometown. What you saying?
I think it has to do a lot with maybe someone just isn't watching or looking or paying attention, and they just want to do things their own way. Because, like the guy said, they have the talent. They couldn't score anything, not one time, nothing. What plays were they looking at? Who were they studying those weeks? I think they're still on vacation. They're like the endangered species Bengals. They're there. They're beautiful. Want to see them, but just not coming through. We've got to remake them and reshape them and put them in another environment so that they can grow and prosper. Because like they are right now, we're going to keep just patting them on the head, and there'll just be someone up there on the wall that we used to know.
Now when they run, now when they run the endangered animal commercials, we gonna see the Cincinnati Bengals helmet. So they're endangered. But I'm looking at it, and I hate to say it. I'm gonna tell you, I really do hate to say it, but I think it's time for the head coach to go. Now, I don't want nobody, believe me, I don't want nobody losing their job. But, it ain't like he ain't got some money. I mean, he been head coach, 11 years? I think he got a nice little nest egg. But I ain't all up in his wallet, okay? But I think it's time for him and Cincinnati to separate. How many playoff wins have they had during his regiment? Let me see. Let me count. That would be 0. Now, that there was a time when you said, okay, well, look, hey, he got him to the playoffs, and they hadn't been to the playoffs. Then he got him to the playoffs again, and lost. But they say, hey, look, he didn't get none. He didn't win, but look, the team is going in the right direction. But after about 4 times, you go, now wait just a minute. You can't win 1 playoff game, and you done had 4 tries, and with all the personnel that we done had, there is something going on with this team. As both of our lovely guests have indicated, that they got the talent. It ain't like they ain't got the talent; they got the talent. I think Dalton is a good He is a good quarterback, and he has regressed. Why is he regressing? Why is he going backwards in this offense, this system, instead of going, improving and starting to look like Matthew Stafford or something? Because the boy can ball. He got skills, but he ain't got skills when all sorts of stuff going on with that. And the Texans the Texans defense, but the Texans defense was messing them boys up. They was tripping over their own feet. So I will say this: I think it's time to pass it over to Goddess Kelli.
One last thing I want to say on that one, though. I think maybe the Bengals should be looking to bring Chad Ocho Cinco Johnson out of retirement because they sure as hell can't do any worse. And if he comes back, you know what? Don't call it a comeback, because I've been here for years, rocking my peers and putting suckers in fear, making the tears rain down like a monsoon. Listen to the bass go boom. Explosion, overpowering, over the competition. I'm towering, wrecking shop when I drop these lyrics that'll make you call the cops. Don't you dare stare, you better move. Don't ever compare me to the rest, that'll all get sliced and diced. Competition paying the price. I'm gonna knock you out. Oh, mama said knock you out. Oh, we are not talking about Hannah Storm, Michelle Tafoya, or Pam Shriver. We are talking about the knockout punch the President of the United States is trying to land on Jemele Hill, an ESPN anchor. 3 major magazine print covers depicted President Trump supporting the KKK, but the White House is upset at a comment made on a podcast. What is up with that? ESPN did reprimand Jemele, but the word is they were seeking to fire her. Say what? Is that a bit of an overreaction? Are they scared because the White House is demanding she be fired? North Korea, the DACA, 2 hurricanes, Charleston. Do you wonder where the White House gets the time to even know that Jemele made the comments? Is President Trump actually scared of Jemele Hill because she is a black woman, or does he just like counterpunching and needs to get in the ring with Money Mayweather for a real fight? Jane Kennedy, Rachel Nichols, Wendy Nix are asking, what you saying? CJ, what do you have to say about this one?
I'm wondering why every time that it comes up to racial relations and opinions in this country, it's always been thrown to the back burner. We always have something else to speak about. And this is another case of Trump defending his beliefs, or his actions, I should say, defending his actions in a way that makes everyone else silent and bow down and be quiet. Everyone is speaking of this, but no one's talking about it. Everybody wants to have an opinion about this, but no one's really listening to the other side. Until we can get rid of, from 1865 on, in some type of clear understanding and compromise, this is going to continuously come up. And the more it comes up, especially in American sports, where the players are predominantly those of color, which once were not. You're messing with a lot of traditions here. And I think that that's one of the reasons why everybody wants her to get fired, because she spoke her mind, because she said everything which everybody else has said that no one else wants to say, because they're scared they're going to get fired. If we have to be quiet because we have to get fired, if we get fired, then that's the end of our lives. We're no longer America, as far as I'm concerned. We need to be able to say, I am an American first, for all, not just some. And that's the reason, I guess it's just quietness. The silence is just deafening in my ears. And for everyone to just say, it's Trump. It's not just Trump. Because no one's saying anything against him either. There's no big rally. No hoorah. Everybody's quiet and waiting. Let me be quiet. I'm sorry. But that one's, it's very near and dear to my heart.
You know what? I need to refresh the Kahlua in my coffee because that was so serious and so well said. You harshed my buzz, CJ. That was very well said. Spitface, what are you saying?
What I'm saying is this. He's scared of black women. He's scared of Agent Brown Sugar. When you got to track down what an ESPN anchor says on a podcast, you scared. You scared. That's how that goes. And ESPN, come on. Do you really think you gonna lose anything keeping Jamil around? Like all of a sudden the fans gonna say she gotta go because she said something against President Donald Trump. You gonna have protests lining up around the block. Get rid of Jamil. I don't quite think that is good. I do not think that this is gonna rise to the level that it's gonna be outrage across the land if Jamil continues on. So somebody at ESPN, fortunately, took the Kahlua out of their coffee so that they could, and gave them something black so that they could wake up. Now the other thing is that, man, there's this thing, when you it's being a counterpuncher can be a good thing. Money Mayweather that made a fortune being probably the best counterpuncher, maybe in boxing history. I can't say I'm not a boxing authority, but my man, pretty much dominated from being a counterpuncher. But the difference is Money Mayweather never punched down. He punched up to his competition. When you punch up, you doing something. But when you punch down, what's that? President, sports announcer. Now, hey, look, now we do, now please, President Trump, be upset with us. Please be upset with CJ and demand that we file. We need the press. please, call it, now look, send a letter saying that, her comments was off the cuff. And, look, it does not matter that 3 major magazines depicted Trump with the KKK. It doesn't matter. The New Yorker, what's that conservative Republican publication that put that on the cover also? That it doesn't matter that none of them did that. It just matters that the sports announcer on a podcast. Now, according to President Donald Trump, he doesn't drink, he doesn't do drugs, but I think somebody's slipping a little something in there. If he got to be scared of a black woman on a podcast, that's all I'm saying.
You know what I want to say about this is I think that Donald Trump has proven himself to be a very paranoid little man. He is so overly concerned with his reputation and what everybody is saying about him that he's not going about his campaign promises. He's doing nothing to elevate this great country. The racial divide has been such an issue in this nation for years now, and it's only getting worse. We see it on the streets every single day. Instead of being concerned about being criticized, he needs to get off his fat ass, get off the golf course, and do something about it. If he were to stand up and make comments about how we all need to come together, anything, even with as much hate as he has in this country, I think it would do something to help heal. If he were to take a stand against injustice, I think that would do something to help the country heal. Now, all of that being said, I am a huge, huge supporter of free speech. I speak my mind. I don't censor myself. That's how I am. But you know what's great about free speech? If people are offended by what Jemele Hill said, they have the option to not watch ESPN. If ESPN saw their ratings dip down, that would be a clue to them that maybe she's not the person that they need on that network. Let the consumer do the talking with where they choose to put their viewing power. Don't give the power to the White House. Give the power to the consumer where it belongs. So you know what? A lot of people are fed up with the amount of liberal politics that ESPN has been spewing lately. People watch ESPN because they want their sports, but it is their right to say what they want, just like it's your right to not watch. So let free speech reign. Let the free market correct itself. Go capitalism. Go America. CJ, take us to break.
The first two listeners to email or send a shout out while the ladies are grouped together will receive a $5 gift card from our partners at NFLshop.com.
That's a $25 gift card.
And Victoria's Secret. Here's a hint, Jamel Hill. Stay tuned. Coming up next, we have a performance from Lindsey Webster on the first part of the shout-out part 2.
All right.
Why'd you make that noise?
And on that note, free Jamil Hill. Free Jamil Hill.
But why'd you make that noise?
Why did I make which noise?
Noise.
No, that might have been the technology doing that kind of. There's like a little background effect. But no, what happened was I heard you say $5, not 25.
I think her mic cut out. Yeah, I think her mic cut out for a minute there.
So that was just some technology. That's all. Okay. All right, and okay. Oh, one thing, CJ, I want to put in. If you want to make a commentary, that's fine, but you always have to answer the question. So, like, there were several questions. You never mentioned Jamil Hill's name.
Oh.
Remember, this is Bras. Y'all all about women, and you didn't mention her name once.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No. Please do not say sorry.
Okay, that I didn't mention her name.
I'll take the correction. That's all. But no, don't be belabeling yourself as I see. That's why I said I got to get you with the prosperous divas, girl. Because get that conversation switched around. Don't be calling yourself sorry. You are awesome. Kind of cute too.
Oh, yeah.
especially with the brusque stuff you had. You looking better. You looking better and better by the moment, baby. All right.
Where am I? Oh, wait. Let me find a little script here. Where you go? Right. We got welcome back. Wait. 25. Here we are. The little screen started moving fast. Okay.
All righty. Okay. One second.
Wait. Bring it back.
One moment at the plug in a plug.
Yeah. Stay tuned. Here we go.
All right, and Goddess, did the pooch get excited?
Yeah, I tried to mute it when she started barking, so I'm sorry. My neighbors are outside
now you
doing
cut out
things.
the sorry, too. I just had to do that with her. Okay, and 1 second here. Oh, sometimes it's technology. 1 second, and it's not letting me know if we're recording. No, we are recording. Okay, all right. So much for technology. Okay. We just have to roll with it. Okay, CJ, bring us back.
The music flows in from around the globe to get a shout out from the panel. Goddess Kelly, I can't wait to hear the music from Lindsey Webster.
On Shout Out, we feature new independent artists who are looking to find their shining star. If we like what we hear, we will give the track a shout out. If we don't like it, we hit the mute. Today, we are featuring music from Lindsey Webster. Let's hear Free.
I took one look at you and I knew it was the end. Your eyes reveal the love you've lost. There's no need to pretend. I know you so well. Your feelings cannot hide. I know in your heart all love has died. You won't hurt me if you want to go. And if it makes you happy, I will let you know that I only want to see. I wanna see you be free. You don't have to be afraid to tell me how you feel. Soft love will build all these. And now I see it was only an illusion. Your dishonesty is my confusion. You won't hurt me if you want to. And if it makes you happy, I will let you know that I only want to see. Wanna see you be free. I hope that we will only hate these friends to go our own way tonight is the end. Something that taught me so much about what it means to be. If it makes you happy, just let go. 'Cause I only want to see. I wanna see you be free.
right, that was Free by Lindsey Webster. Is the track getting a shout out or the mute button? Now, you know what? I need to ask this question. Am I on an elevator right now? Because that track was boring and bad on every single level. That sounded like the kind of music my grandparents would make love to, and you know what? All my grandparents are dead. That's how bad that track was. So mute that, please. CJ, what'd you think?
Well, I kind of liked it. I was kind of happy to hear it after these past few weeks. I was about to give a shout out. Honest, you didn't like it, huh? I thought that was kind of mellow and smooth, especially for a nice, Saturday morning as we lay back and talk about things. I thought that kind of added to the mood. I gave it a shout out.
It was just a little too boring for me. Spitface, what'd you think?
Coming from a hip place, the girl can sing. I put it like that. The girl can sing. So I'm giving it a shout out. See, we know that Goddess Kelli like it hard.
Yeah, she likes it rough and hard. Right.
So we're gonna have to get some of that headbanger music on.
Yes. That's it right there.
But I'm giving it a shout out.
I'm sitting here wondering how you guys seem to know so much about my personal bedroom life, but you know what? On shout out part 2.
That's because on the last show, that's what you said. you think we ain't listening? We hear you said it. I listened to the show. I was like, yeah, she said
and
that.
And you are a goddess.
Well, on Shout Out Part 2, you guys can hear another track from Lindsey Webster, and I will see if she can redeem herself to me. But you know what? I am blushing, so I need to feel some water splashing on my face, and I think I hear our favorite underwater friend. Is it time for Flip It?
And we know swimmers live in a world full of wonder, flying there under the sea.
Time for Flip It, where our host defend the point and then flip the script and defend the opposing view. The Cleveland Indians are kicking major butt and breaking records. But we wonder, does this guarantee them a World Series victory? Panel defend. In baseball, the team with the best record usually does not win the World Series. Looks like Cleveland will not be World Series champs. Goddess Kelli, defend.
Well, first of all, I just want to say, having the fact that I lived in Cleveland for so long, I just want to give a shout out to those boys down there. I mean, that showed a lot of heart for them breaking the record. But that being said, as a Cleveland fan, we saw it in basketball when the Golden State Warriors broke the regular season record. What happened? The Cleveland Cavaliers came back and kicked their butt in the finals to win. So when a team usually does something, when a team does that, when they break records, when they put their all into the regular season, they do usually run out of gas. So as much as I would like to root for my former hometown guys, even though I'm a Red Sox fan, I love my Red Sox, but, it makes me happy when my friends are happy. So as much as I would like to root for them, I think that they have used it all up. I mean, in that loss they took yesterday, they didn't look like the same team, so I think they are starting to run out of gas. I think World Series hopes are over in Cleveland.
Hey, Goddess, remember you moderating the segment, so you say who gets to speak next and all of that?
I thought you were moderating this segment.
I got. Oh, I'm
Yes.
looking at you. I'm looking at you from last session. All right. Well, CJ.
Well, the
Cleveland will
Cleveland,
not be World Series champs.
they will try again and try they may, but they won't make it one more time. They'll have fun getting there, but as we all know, it doesn't matter what you do in the regular season, it's what you do in the playoffs. Do they still have the wherewithal after all of these record breakings? I don't think they're going to be able to do it. It's going to be a next year, one more time. They need to change their names.
All right, okay. But one of the things is when if you come hard early, that means you're gonna shoot your wide. So one of the things that I remember from the Chicago Bulls was that there was a point where they were like, breaking rec doing, and they said, you know what? Why are we spending all that energy when the game is the playoff? As long as we get a top seed, or we could get one, hey, we don't, and we ain't got to be one. We can be two. But if we won two, that's what we looking at in records. The record we want is that trophy and them ranks. So Cleveland fans, being a Cub fan and having to wait over 100 years, I feel for y'all. I feel for y'all. I kind of hate that the matchup had to go the way that it went. And I'm glad the Cubbies had the victory. But I hate to say it, you peaked too early. You needed to start going on that winning around this time and heading into the playoffs, not way before. Sorry. But this is flip it, where we flip the script and defend the opposing view. It was the Cubs last year. This is the year to try. The Cleveland Indians will be World Series champs. Goddess defend.
You know what? They came so close last season, going to 7 games and then losing in overtime to the Cubs. The Cleveland Indians are hungry. Cleveland got a taste of the championships with the Cavaliers, and now they want more. The Indians are a young squad. They have got the stamina. Now that they've got the record and the streak has been broken, they can concentrate on making sure everyone is rested and ready for the playoffs. I think they're playing smart. I think they're playing strong. They can definitely bring it home. When you got a bunch of young kids with that much talent on your squad, the sky is the limit, and that sky is going to be a World Series championship.
All right, you see rings in their future. CJ, they're going to win it this year. Defend.
They're going to take it because they're hungry. They had a taste of it last year. It's still in their mouths. They want to do it just because they didn't get it last year. The Cubs, they better bring it on because the Cleveland Indians are not stopping. They're going to keep it up. They're strong. They're healthy. And they want to win. They want to bring home another parade to Cleveland. They're going to eat some more Polish boys. It's going to be a great time.
All right, okay. And now, I was looking at the situation, and the Cleveland Indians, they ain't the team you got to worry about. They're at the right point. They done got their mojo, their confidence up, so things is running smooth with that machine. What happened to the Dodgers? They was the ones that was gangbusters, and all of a sudden, what the hell happened to them? Cleveland fans, you ain't got to worry, as Stevie Wonder would say, you ain't got to worry about a thing. See, that's why I'm in radio, not on, like trying to be on shout out. CJ, please take us to break.
Okay.
Well, I help you out, CJ.
Stay
Stay
tuned.
tuned. Oh, go for it.
Up next, the funnies and our favorite underwater friend on Flip It, Part 2.
We get in too much trouble without the first lady. Where'd she go get her back here? I'm about tired of these gosh darn hurricanes. I'm going, now look, this just, all right.
We can't do it without her.
No, that ain't accurate, but hey, we got to change up here. But, CJ, bring us back.
Okay. Welcome back. You are still listening to Bras, Panties, and Sports. It's time for the funnies. Goddess Kelli, over to you.
I think we have something interesting for the panel and our listeners. Calvin Klein offers $1,650 sleeves-only sweater. Fashion brand Calvin Klein has released a sweater that appears to simply be a pair of sleeves. The $1,650 multicolor wool cheerleader sweater features a semi-sheer stretch nylon and wool material that creates the illusion that the garment has no torso. A thin line of blue contrast stitching along the side breaks the illusion, leading into off-white and blue rib-knit sleeves seemingly floating in thin air. The unusual garment is listed on Canada-based online retailer Sense, but is currently sold out. You know what I have to say? Go for it.
I'm just up there going, $1,650 so you can wear a sweater that looks like it only has sleeves, and they sold out. Now, I'm just going, who is buying these sweaters? And, what are they doing for the economy? And I'm gonna tell you something. My kid come up to me talking about I got to have a $1,650 sweater from Calvin Klein that look like it ain't got sleeves. We gonna have a long conversation, a long one about value.
All I got to say about this sweater is it's still a better deal than the big baller shoes from Lonzo Ball. But you know what? I think I hear our underwater friend coming back. Is it time for Flip It once again?
Yes, it is. It is time for Flip It once again, where we defend the point and then flip the script. Now, a matchup between who? The Cubs and the Tribe would have the networks drooling. The Tribe looks like they are working on their end of the package, but what about the Cubbies? Is a repeat in their future. Panel defend. The Cubbies are not the Bulls with Michael Jordan. Sorry, Chi-Town. They will not make it back to the World Series. Now, I'm a Chicago guy, Cubby fan from, me and Ernie Banks was hanging out a long time. Let's play two. But two ain't going to happen for the Cubbies. Baseball is the hardest sport to repeat. People think that basketball, look at all the repeats you done had in basketball in the last 25 years. They be repeating all the damn time. Or at least getting back in to the finals. Not in baseball. The Cubbies, came out the gate stumbling a little bit, bumbling. They had some injuries and stuff, and they got on track. They will have a good season, but repeat is not in their future. And they can call up Michael. They can look over at that. They can go over there and look at the stadium and look at that statue and go, we can. No, you can't. No, you can't. CJ, defend. The Cubbies will not repeat.
Sad as it might be said, 108 years it took. It might take another 108 for it to happen again. Just so happens that I happened to be there in the middle, and I got to see it. Some didn't be able to have that opportunity. We needed it. The Cubs needed a win after 108 times. We needed it at least this once. And now, like you said, we might get to the playoffs, but to do it again, they don't have the pitching that they used to have. That's what got them through. They might have a few hitters. They might be able to pull it out. But for right now, the tribe, as you call them, they're on. They're thirsty. They're hungry. They can feel it. They want it really badly. And if the Cubs want it as badly, they're going to have to do something different. So we'll give it to them this year. It's always next year. We're used to saying that.
All right. Next year, Goddess Kelli, defend.
Last year, Chicago got to break their curse by ending that 108-year drought for the Cubs. They had their time in the spotlight, but there is just too many teams that are hot right now. It might not be the Tribe, it might even be the Dodgers, but there is just no way that the Cubs can compete. With baseball, when you win a World Series, it's very hard to repeat, like you said, and I just don't think that they have it in the gas to bring it home one more time. They're going to get tired. They might be even a little bit cocky, but it took every last ounce of strength for them to win last season. Like I said in the previous section, they won it in 7 games in overtime, so they almost didn't make it, and I just don't think that they've got the heart and the soul to do a repeat.
All right, Heart and Soul. I saw that movie. Now it's flip. Now you know we gotta flip the script. Panel defends. The Cubbies started out stumbling, and with grit and determination are playing good. Move over, Bulls. The Cubbies will repeat. Now I've looked at the situation and people ready to run down to Vegas and put all that money on Cleveland. Because they like, hey, look, it's going to be Cleveland. And I'm going to tell you something. Your money about to get taken. Because there's an old saying, slow and steady wins the race. And the Cubbies started out stumbling. They haven't had any big, huge surge, but they've been chipping away. They've been having to learn how to play with folks being injured, with situations not being the way it was last year. And so that has toughened them up, and that has put them, right where they need to be so that they get a first-round bye, rest up, because of the way that they've been mad. They ain't had to chase no records or anything, just playing steady and learning how to play through that adversity. They're going to be there. They're going to be there. Well, watch them. They're going to get hot at the right time. CJ, defend. The Cubbies will repeat.
Just like I'm saying, it took them 108 years. They get ready to do it again. Because they've been there. They know what it takes. They just got to be cool. That's all they're doing. They said, why should we go out here and get all excited over these games? It's the last 7 that counts. That's what we got to be focused on. That's what we got to be ready for. And they're preparing. And when the Cubby fans, yo, are able to say, it's 2 more coming up, everybody's going to be happy and thrilled. But the rest of these little Indians and Tribes and Dodgers and Mets and Yankees are going to just be shaking their heads as we dance at Wrigley, Addison Avenue. That's what's going to be happening one more time.
One more time. Goddess Kelli, defend.
You know what? Whenever we talk about the Eagles, you guys make fun of me for being biased. I think we need to make fun of CJ a little bit for being biased. I wonder what side of the script she falls on for this one. But anyway, you know what? When playoffs start in baseball, it's like a whole new season. The baseball season is so long, there's so many games, that when you get to the playoffs, it's almost like a reset, only with less teams in the race. So even though the Cubbies have not been the hottest team in the regular season, I think they're saving themselves. They are saving themselves to come back into the playoffs and defend their World Series championship. City of Chicago and CJ, I do think you guys have something to celebrate because I think that the best is yet to come for Chicago.
Keeping our fingers crossed.
The best is yet to come. All right. Okay, ASCAP. I want to get paid for that. Goddess Kelly, over to you for some jambalaya.
We have got a special mix for our panel today, some delicious jambalaya. Here is your quote. When my boss asked me who is the stupid one, me or him, I told him everyone knows he doesn't hire stupid people. So panel, I ask you guys, how does this quote relate to the New York Giants?
Oh, Goddess Kelly, it is just so obvious that I got to mention this one. How stupid is it to fire Tom Coughlin and just promote the guy under him who's doing the exact same nonsense that Coughlin was doing that you got rid of him for, and now Eli Manning is you know what? I'm going Eli. You know, folks looking at Brady retire, Breeze retire. Eli might have to retire to save his life. You done spent how many seasons not getting him an offensive line? Did they happen to ever notice that Eli is not like one of them quarterbacks who like runs? You know, he's one of them quarterbacks that kind of drop backs, you know. So he likes like big guys. And, you know, one of the things, now, as much as I do not like the Dallas Cowboys, that's why I am never forgetting them for having the little bear on the side and coming up the Soldier Field and they kicking the little bear. So I ain't never rooting for them. But biasness aside, I have to give credit where credit is due. And the credit is when Jerry Jones, Daddy, said, son, I'm going to go ahead and let you make the personnel decisions, all of a sudden the team got good. And what did he do? He said, Daddy, we are not going to get these glamour folks. We're going to get big folks. And he went out and found them big old boys, you know, them kind that block and put, you know, defenders be like, that's a big dude, you know, like that. So that is how that quote relates, because they, you know, I put it like this. The players going, well, you don't have no stupid people, and looking all upside y'all heads.
CJ, what do you think about this one?
Well, you can't ever tell your boss he's stupid. It's not going to work.
Or she.
She, he, or it. It won't work. Not a good idea. Not a team-building statement at all. Just won't happen.
See, that's what's nice about being the Goddess Kelly, the diva of sports debate, because I can call people stupid in such a subtle way that they're too stupid to realize they've been called stupid. But in this case, though, I'm wondering, who is the stupid one? Is it the owners? Is it the GM? Is it Ben McAdoo? I don't know. But the definition of insanity is doing the same shit over and over again, but expecting different results, and that's kind of what's happening right now in New York. Eli Manning, spring chicken anymore. He's getting older and older every single year, and they are still not doing a damn thing to help him out. He's got zero run game. He's got zero offensive line. His best weapon, Odell Beckham Jr., was injured. He's supposed to be coming back to play next week. We'll see what happens, if he's got the same thing or if he's got any kind of lasting injury. I don't know. But they just keep trying to do the same stuff over and over again, and it's not working because they don't make it to the playoffs. So you know what? I don't know which one of them is stupid. I think they're all stupid, but I'm not stupid. But I think that jambalaya was absolutely delicious. I need to get a little bit of break on, so CJ, take us to it.
On the other side of the break, we have another performance from Lindsey Webster on Shout Out. Please stay tuned.
Free the New York Giants. Free the New York Giants. By the way, we were debating on instead of having the Giants, the New Orleans Saints. They could fit that equation as well. And CJ, bring us back.
You are listening to Bras, Panties, and Sports. It's time for Shout Out Part 2, the picks and the finale. The music flows from around the globe to get a shout out from the crew. Goddess Kelli, over to you.
We have another performance from Lindsey Webster. Let's hope it's better than the last one, at least in my opinion. Let's hear I Do.
Lately, I've been thinking that clearly you are the perfect one for me. You treat me like I am heaven sent. Sometimes I get thinking too much about this life and when I'm gonna figure out my dreams. But you bring back my sense of gravity. Hold me down from the top and make me free. Sun shining all along. I searched and I never thought it would have been. Loving you, but now it's just settle down. Baby, I do want you. You thought it was a little bit crazy to commit to something that you thought maybe might not make it through. Here we are, a few years later, and we're still here. And now I finally understand your dreams. You bring back my sense of gravity. You pull me down from the top to make me free. The sun is shining all along. I searched and I never thought it would be found. Loving you, but now it's time to settle down. Baby, I do want you. I ain't gonna stop. And neither will my love for you. For you, for you, for you, for you. Let's figure out my dream. Here you are standing on the right side of me, a ring in your hand made just for me. And I've got one for you. I've written to explain just what I do. Keep the fire of love burning through and through. For you. You bring back the sense of gravity. You pull me down from the clouds and make me free. Sun shining all along. I searched and I never thought it would have found. Was loving you and now it's time to settle down. 'Cause baby, I do want you. I do want you. I do.
All right, that was I Do. Is the track getting a shout out or the mute button? Now, you know what? I still found it kind of boring. It's really not my style of music, but I thought that this song showcased her voice a lot better than the first one did. So, you know what, Lindsey Webster, you got some chops. It's just not my style. Like I said, I find it a little bit boring, but I'm going to give this track a yo. So, not a shout out, not a mute, just a yo. CJ, what do you think?
I'm going to give it a shout out. I like this lady. She's kind of growing on me. I like that I Do. Both of her songs, the Free, the I Do, positive messages, great vocals, nice little instrumental background too. I like her. She gets a shout out from me.
What do you think, Spitface?
I do. I'm giving her a shout out, and because I said the girl can sing, and Jazz Magazine said that she was a cross between Carole King and Anita Baker.
Yes, agree.
Actually, the quote was, "If Carole King and Anita Baker could have a baby, it would be Lindsey Webster." So I'm giving the girl a shout out.
Okay.
I think that Baby would need a little more experience before she was on that level with those legends. But you know what? You do your thing, Lindsey Webster. You got an audience out there. I'm just not that target audience. So that is the end of Shout Out. If you liked what you heard from Lindsey Webster, check her out at lindseywebstermusic.com. If you would like to be heard on Shout Out or you have any comments, you can send your emails and tracks to panties@oldgrumpyradio.com. Spitface, I think it's time for the picks, so back over to you.
All right. I do not have the statistics from last week because First Lady keeps track of that, and right now she's dealing with the hurricane, but she will have that together next week on her return. It is time for the picks. Will the First Lady keep her crown from last year's NFL season, or will the new champion rise? The competition might get a little steep here. Let's go on to the games. All right, that first one, the Bears versus the Buccaneers. 1,000 points if you get it right, minus 1,000 if you get it wrong. Got us, Kelly?
The Bucks are hot, the Bears are not. Tampa Bay all day long.
All right, okay. CJ, Bears or Buccaneers?
I'm going to go with my Bears.
You're going to go with the Bears. All right. I'm going the Bears were 3 drop passes away from beating the Atlanta Falcons. They got a little something going on. Buccaneers, this is their first game. After the hurricane hit, I don't know if they'll be settled down enough. So I'm going with the Bears. Also, that running back was looking real good. All right, now here's a toughie. The Eagles. The Eagles, who looking pretty good, versus KC Masterpiece, the Chiefs. 1,000 if you for the right answer, minus 1,000 if you pick it wrong. CJ, you going with them Boyds or KC Masterpiece and some barbecue sauce?
I usually go with the Eagles, but I got to go with the Chiefs on this one.
All right, CJ goes with the Chiefs. Got us, Kelly. You gonna hang out with them Eagles, or you gonna switch and get you some extra honey barbecue sauce?
Well, you know, when you have to choose between betting with your head and betting with your heart, I find that your heart never leads you astray. So I am sticking with my birds, Philadelphia Eagles.
I'm going to tell you, as much I really want to pick the Eagles, but I can't pick them against KC. They just look too mean, whooping up on Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, and I like Andy Reid. I always did like Andy Reid. And but so I got to go with the Chiefs. All right. Oh, by the way, there are things that on Old Grumpy Radio and on Bras, Panties, and Sports that we actually can't say. And that would get us in more trouble than Jamil Hill with the president. And that is saying the name of the Washington football team. That is the one policy that got wrote out. We will not mention that name. Now, if you notice, now, CJ, some CJ said was that like people don't listen. No, we listen. Somebody always listen. We listen. We just don't make a lot of noise about it, but we don't say that name. Washington versus the Rams. Goddess Kelly. Where you putting your points on?
Now that I know I'm not allowed to say the name, I'm so afraid that I'm going to say it accidentally. But just so I don't end up making the mistake, and because they are my bitter rival, I'm going to say the L.A. Rams.
The L.A. Rams. Okay, well, that's right. They in that division there. You going to go with the Rams? Okay. CJ. Washington. I'm going to let you know now. I'm going with the Rams, too. CJ, who you going with? Washington or the Rams? Oh, you gonna go with old Kirky Cousins. All right. Okay. Oh, here's the juicy one. That's right. Cheesehead Nation versus the Dirty Birds. CJ, who you going with? The Packers or the Falcons?
No, the Packers gonna beat those birds.
The Packers gonna beat the Birds. Got us, Kelly.
Yeah, last season, Aaron Rodgers got embarrassed by Matty Ice and Julio Jones. I think he's out for vengeance, so I am taking the Packers.
This is ordinarily this would be a tougher pick for me, but after what the Bears did because the Falcons got off, they got off, they escaped. That ain't gonna happen with Green Bay, so I'm going Cheeseheads all the way. And I hate the Packers. I hate the Packers. When you're a Bear fan, it's a good day when the Bears win and the Packers lose. That's my. But not this. I can't put my picks on them. not the cheese. I got to go with the Cheeseheads. All right. Now here's one that's kind of interesting. The Titans versus the Jaguars. Something is going on with them two young teams. But who will win the day? Goddess Kelly.
I think that the Jaguars are very underrated, so I am calling trap game Jacksonville.
Okay, all right. And CJ?
I'm going with the Titans.
You got to go with the Titans. I might have to flip a coin on this one. And because they did, the way they played the Texans, I don't know if that was the Texans letting down. Well, of course, the Texans didn't have no quarterback really playing that game, or were the Jaguars just that together. But since I'm going to go to reverse, because the Jacksonville really got hit hard by that hurricane. So these boys, they want to step up. And fortunately, they was beating the Texans' ass, so they didn't have to play at home. I'm going to give it to them. I'm going with the Jaguars. Yeah, CJ going to like this one. Her boy. The Dolphins with a new quarterback, Jay Cutler, versus Mr. Phillip Rivers of the Chargers. CJ, you going with old Jay Cutler with the Dolphins? Or you going to go with them lightning bolts?
We going to go with the Dolphins.
You going to go with the fish. Okay, all right. Goddess Kelly.
I think the Dolphins have something to prove. Jay Cutler needs to silence his critics. Then they need to bring it home for the state of Florida and the city of Miami. So I think the Chargers are a better team, but I'm going to take the Dolphins in this one.
All right. I'm going with the Dolphins because I think they are the better team. The Chargers have consistently showed their ineptness. And they've consistently shown that they had the same kind of management as the New York Giants. Where is the offensive line? Where's the defense? Where's somebody to help that man out? All right, it's time to move to hodgepodge. Sucky. Who will score more touchdowns, Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady? Now, this is the big points. 10,000 if you get it right, minus 15,000 if you get it wrong. Who will score more touchdowns, Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady? Got us, Kelly?
Tom Brady is washed up and without his two favorite wide receivers, Aaron Rodgers, all day long.
All right, CJ.
Tom Brady.
I got to go with Aaron Rodgers. I have this one. You kind of look at it and you go, Aaron Rodgers is playing against a better defense, because Tom Brady is playing against the New Orleans Saints and their defense. Well, I put it like this. What defense? All right. But Aaron Rodgers has to go up against a top defense. But I think that Aaron Rodgers is going to be more have to put up more points than Tom Brady. I'm going with Aaron Rodgers. Who will have more passing yards, Drew Brees or Alex Smith? Ordinarily, I would have to go with Drew Brees, but I think the Patriots defense is going to play a lot better. So I'm going to go with Alex Smith. All right, got us, Kelly.
Don't sleep on Gangrene and the Eagles' defense. Alex Smith had a good week before, but his time is coming to an end. Drew Brees playing at home. I'm going Drew Brees.
CJ.
I'm going with
Who that?
Drew Brees.
You gonna go with, all right, you going with Drew Brees. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Who will have more rushing yards? The Chicago Bears, that means the whole team, or Le'Veon Bell? 15,000 for the right answer, minus 15 for the wrong answer. CJ.
Ring that bell. Ring bell, 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 bell. Ding dong.
All right, you go Le'Veon Bell. Okay, all right. Actually, I'm going to go with the Bears because they got that young boy, and he was electric. He may get slowed down, but he'll have more. But the Bears will have more rushing yards. Got us, Kelly.
Well, one of the fantasy teams I'm going up against this week has got Le'Veon Bell, so I'm going to bet on the Chicago Bears running backs.
All right, okay, all right. If a whole team can't whoop somebody, we got to look at that team. Now, this is the option. Okay, this is the upset option. You do not have to take the option. It is your option to wager on it. And the option is the Saints will defeat the Patriots. Anybody want to pick up the option that the Saints will defeat the Patriots?
No, they won't.
I want that option. Give me that option.
So you're going now remember, you're saying the Saints will defeat the Patriots. You going with it?
I am. I think the Saints play amazing at home. Drew Brees does amazing at home. The Patriots proved last week they are not infallible. I think the Saints will beat the Patriots.
You're going to take the option. Okay, all right, 30,000 if you win, minus 50,000 if you lose. Okay. CJ, you rolling? You doing your Mississippi Gambler? Are you taking the option or you going to pass?
Okay, I have to say that the Patriots will lose.
So you're going to go to... Right, you're saying the Saints will win the game.
The Patriots will win the game.
No. You're saying that the Patriots will lose?
The Patriots will not lose.
No, you can't. The option is the option is. Let me give you the options. The Saints will beat the Patriots.
No, that's not going to happen.
Then you don't want to take the option.
And I don't want to take the option if that's not going to happen.
Yep, you don't want to take the option then, because the option is the Saints will defeat the Patriots. All right. Now, I'm looking at the options, and I do think the Saints will defeat the Patriots, But I'm not willing to go up with that, put that 50,000 points on the line. So I'm going to pass on the opposite. So we'll see what First Lady and Goddess Kelly, because First Lady like to roll that dice. But now, panel, it's time for our panel to give us their outrageous predictions for this week. Okay, Goddess Kelly, you got an outrageous prediction for us this week.
This one's not really so outrageous, but I'm going to say that tonight Triple G is going to knock out Canelo before the 10th round.
That's kind of outrageous because you said knockout.
Yeah, knockout.
You going with a knockout? All right. Okay, all right. CJ, you got an outrageous prediction for this week.
My outrageous prediction for this week is the Cubs manager will go on vacation.
We didn't say fantasy. But all right, my outrageous prediction is the Cincinnati Bengals fired their offensive coordinator after the first game. The head coach will be fired after the 6th game. That's my outrageous prediction. Now, First Lady isn't here this week, but her empowerment message is, it has taken too long for women to break the barriers when it comes to the world of sports announcing and broadcasting. And ladies like Jane Kennedy and others carved the way. And we all need to stand and support Jamil Hill. All right, so that was First Lady's weekly empowerment message. CJ, what's the best way for listeners to learn about the Sabor Group, its clients, events, or current promotions?
All they have to do is go to Facebook and put in @Sabor, SABOIRE.
SABOIRE. That's Sabor. All right, check out. They be doing stuff with Sabor stuff. Goddess Kelly, what's the best way for the listeners to check out your other broadcasts?
You can check me out live every Friday night from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time on blogtalkradio.com/Momentum Shift for The Red Zone with Kelly and Rashawn. We are live. We are uncensored, unfiltered, and unscripted. You don't know what we're going to say because we don't know what we're going to say either. You can also check me out on demand on my sponsor website, going42.com. That's going, FOR, the number 2.com. You follow me on Twitter at KELLIERUTTAR. On Facebook at the same name. You can also check my show's Twitter out at The Red Zone Live or on Facebook at The Red Zone Live. So check us out. We bring sexy back to sports.
All right. Especially when you got, I can validate because, remember they wearing bras and panties. And, you can always check me out either on Bluntly Speaking with my man Old School, where I put it like this: we talk about sex and other topics, and like why did the ISIS cross the road? Because it was feisty, something like that. But please enjoy the poetic performance at the end of the show. I am Spitface, filling in for the First Lady of Sports Talk, Cheryl Smith. We got CJ. Chi-Town is hip to take a dip. Goddess Kelly bringing sexy back to sports. Please enjoy this poetic performance. And I think it's by, maybe it's by baritone. Let's check it out.
Can I get to know you? Can we talk on the phone into the wee hours of the night? Can you share with me your deepest fears and allow me to quote scriptures to reassure you that everything is going to be all right? Can I take you on our first date, open up doors, pull out chairs, compliment you, give you kisses on your cheek and hand, showing you how a woman should be treated, courting you, letting you know that it would be an honor to be your man. Can we share our first kiss on your doorstep under the stars and moonlit sky? Can I wrap these arms around you with my warm embrace and make you think to yourself, mine, mine, mine? Can I show you how it would be if you were with me? Nothing but the best for my queen. You wouldn't want for a thing. People would subconsciously bow in our presence simply because my aura is that of a king. Can we read the Psalms of David to show you where I get my inspiration? Can I share with you my plans for changing the way of thinking for this generation? Can we fall asleep on my love seat, your head on my chest, listening to my heartbeat while I gently stroke your hair 7 times because you make me feel so complete? Can I be that shoulder when you need someone to lean on, that thumb that wipes away all your tears, that smile that puts a smile on your face? The reason why when we're together, you wouldn't rather be any other place. You see, before the rapture, it is your heart that I want to capture. Can you inspire me with words of wisdom? Can you be a blessing to my poetic spirit so that I may write about you all day long? And can you not pay attention to the volume of my voice, but listen to the sincerity in my tone? Can I look deep into your eyes, gently caressing your hand and speak from the depths of my soul, words that are true? Can I make you see that for God to love me, that he blessed your mother with you? So exhale, close your eyes, open your heart, free your mind, and walk into your season with me. Now that's one last time. Can I, can you, can we?
Snap, snap, toe tap. All right, now we're not able to stop our recording for due to technology, so we're still being recorded. That means hot mic, hot mic. Don't say anything you don't want broadcast. Hot mic, hot mic. But how was the show?
I liked it.
I thought we did good.
All right. Hey. I miss the first lady. I miss the first lady. I get confused without her being around. Don't let her know that, though. Her head is already big enough. She is the first lady hanging out there with, the other first ladies. But really, I thought y'all did great. The topics were live, and the reduction, I could have did a couple of little things, but overall, hey. Well, ladies, I know y'all is busy, and we thank you, of course, for your energy and your hard work, and we got to all check out Goddess Kelli next week, next Friday at on her live broadcast. All right, so I'm gonna call you up, CJ. We gonna get in and we're gonna heckle.
Heckle?
Yeah, we're gonna heckle. We're gonna heckle.
We can't heckle the goddess.
Hey,
yes,
we've got a live call in line. So if you guys want to be hard, call.
Yeah, we'll heckle. No, we're not hard. We know you like it hard. We're gonna heckle.
We're not gonna heckle.
All right, y'all. Y'all are great.
We'll support you. That's what we'll do. You can heckle all you want to, spit face.
I don't believe you have to watch her goddess. See, I've been around
CJ is a sweetheart. Come on
with
now.
Her little sneaky self. I've been around CJ with her little sneaky. Remember, she grew up in Chicago on the South Side. I don't trust the thing she say. And we got the same friends. I don't trust the things she say. All right, y'all. Have a good weekend.
All right,
you
see you guys
too,
next
and I'm
week.
glad you had a happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
That's right. Happy birthday.
All right, y'all. Hey, I'm still partying.
We partying for you.
All right. Oh, okay. Bye-bye.
And love, Shiner, bye.
Bye.